I've been sitting here trying to think of a non-awkward way to start this video, but there is none. This weekend would have been my 1-year wedding anniversary, but I am divorced. I no longer have a husband. Do you want to know what I do have? The top tier of our damn wedding cake. Traditionally, you're supposed to freeze this and open it on your 1-year wedding anniversary, and so I found this in the freezer. Thought about crying, thought about throwing it, and then I thought about you. And why not dig into this and share it with you while I share some of my favorite wedding memories. Let's not make that awkward. My memories don't have to do with my ex-husband. My memories have to do with the details and the planning that went into the wedding, because I worked really hard on this wedding. I didn't know I would be divorced 6 months later. So I want to talk about it. I think that they're unique. I think they're fun. They still bring a smile to my face, even though there's like pain associated with that date. We were married and divorced so fast. I hadn't even posted my wedding photos yet. Do you know how much wedding photos cost? We got married and divorced so fast that the day I got the judgment from the judge that our divorce was final, I also got emailed our wedding video. That's how quickly the timeline was. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this cake. We're gonna talk about some of my favorite parts of my wedding. Let's not make this awkward. Okay, took a quick crying break because who knew that cutting into that cake would bring back some emotions, but she's a beaut. It was a lemon raspberry something. Diet Coke. Okay, memory number 1 that I love to talk about that I wish I could share photos of, and I'm pissed. I am so mad that these photos I cannot get blown up and placed anywhere, because my Grammy was our flower girl and she was truly the hit of the ceremony. I didn't have her go last because I didn't want her to walk out right before me, because I knew that she would be a hoot and that the vibe would be funny, and I didn't want it to be funny when I walked down the aisle, although it should have been. We all should have been laughing when I walked down the aisle. Okay, anyways, she was great. Photos. How fabulous does she look? I remember when we picked out this dress, she was so excited. And then she took it upon herself. She went to Claire's and she got those glasses. She loved them. And she decorated her little basket. And I just think she's iconic. Memory number 2 would be that we did a random flower girl. Maybe, let me just try this cake, hold on. It's good. Tastes like betrayal. Anyways, we did a random flower girl, so we had our planner put the ring box under a random chair that we didn't know. And so that was fun. Our officiant during the ceremony announced that the ring was under a random chair. And actually the person whose chair it was under couldn't find it for like a really long time. So we were kind of worried that the rings were gone, but it was a really funny moment. It ended up being one of my best friends in the entire world who was there. And again, there's amazing photos of that moment and just the hug that we shared when she did come up the aisle and give us the rings that I'll cherish. And that was just a fun, funny memory. Christina, thanks for being our flower girl. Maybe you're fired. I don't know. Not that it was you, but you know what I mean? Okay. The next memory is iconic and something that people still talk about even though my marriage ended, because how do you forget this? But I hand wrote a letter to every single one of our 120 guests. And I'm not talking like, thank you for coming, we love you so much. I spent 120 days before our wedding, and each night I would choose someone, sit down and really think about why they were at the wedding, what they meant to me, how our stories led us to this moment. They were very thoughtful, intentional notes that are unfortunately on wedding stationery. We all know, words of affirmation, my love language. I wanted to make sure that our guests felt loved. I wrote 120 letters and it was pretty cool. I think I even have video of people opening their letters, lots of tears. And then it was really just a moment where I was able to look out at the crowd and just soak it in and take in that moment, which I did. And while everyone read their notes, it was really cute. Last memory, I really don't think I could eat this cake. I tried. Last memory that I think is unique and needs to be talked about, and I don't want to forget about it, is one that I invented myself. Okay, yes, people have written letters before. Yes, people have hidden ring boxes before. What was my other memory? Oh, like grandma's as flower girl. It's not groundbreaking. What I did was I took every married couple's first dance song gave it to the DJ, and then during dinner, instead of just some background music, I gave each couple a chance to go out on the dance floor and relive their first dance. So we had couples who were married 50 years who got to do their first dance again. We had couples who had just gotten married who got to do their first dance again, but it was really entertaining during dinner to like have something to look at and watch. And I actually got feedback from so many couples after the wedding that kind of just like brought them back to their wedding day and reignited their love for each other in a different way that they just don't get to do at weddings often. And so I loved that part. And that's it. Like, those are my 4 favorite memories I don't want to not talk about just because the marriage didn't work out. I still love those thoughtful details of my wedding day. Was this awkward for you?